Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, I was most touched to have been asked to speak to you as you gather for this very special concert, and I did just want to pay tribute to the United Nations for bringing us all together in this way. I've been particularly fortunate to have made many visits to the Pacific over the years, my first being to Fiji 50 years ago this year to represent Her Majesty the Queen at the independence celebrations. In 1974, I spent several months on a Pacific deployment when I was serving in the Royal Navy, and have very special memories of all the Commonwealth Island states we visited. I need hardly say that my family and I have always held the greatest affection for your region and its people. I most recently visited the Pacific in November last year, and although only 9 months have passed since then, in that short time the world has changed enormously. Your region, and indeed the whole world, is enduring an unprecedented crisis. The implications of the global pandemic for your islands have, I know, been severe, with devastating impacts on economies and livelihoods. My thoughts and sympathy go out to all of those in the Pacific who have been affected, including the frontline workers who put themselves at personal risk on a daily basis in order to keep people safe. This dreadful pandemic comes at a time when, as I know only too well, the Pacific region is already facing the accelerating and terrifying impacts of climate change. And many islands have had to deal with the appallingly devastating effects of severe weather events such as Cyclone Harold. These challenges that you and so many other people around the world now face have at last begun to push not only climate adaptation, but also the increasingly urgent need to tackle the root causes of global warming and climate change towards the top of the international agenda. And this will be at the forefront of issues for the 26th United Nations Climate Change Conference, COP26, in November 2021 in Glasgow, where I look forward to joining world leaders as they strive to increase both the level of ambition and the acceleration of solutions at scale. All around the world, as we learn to live with and recover from the pandemic, we have the opportunity to reset and build back better to a more sustainable, resilient, and inclusive future for the generations that will follow. It is absolutely vital that we rapidly scale up our efforts to restore and protect humanity's lost balance with nature if we are to build the necessary foundation for sustainable and inclusive growth for generations to come. While seeking to raise the global ambition for net zero from 2050 to 2035, my Sustainable Markets Initiative and the Great Reset are looking urgently to put people and planet at the heart of global value creation. I have the greatest possible confidence in the spirit and strength of the people of the Pacific to rise to the challenges you face and to seize the real opportunities that a more sustainable future can offer. If I may say so, you are blessed with exceptional natural resources, not least the mighty and precious Pacific Ocean, and you know, as your forebears have known for generations, that we must put nature at the heart of our economy and treat her with the reverence she deserves. Ladies and gentlemen, I will always retain the fondest memories of my visits to the Pacific and of all that I have experienced there, not least your rich culture and traditions, your music and your dance. I am therefore delighted that the spirit and unity of your region is being celebrated through these art forms at this Pacific Unite concert. I send my very best wishes to all the performers and participants, and to all those viewing in the Pacific and elsewhere around the world. And I will much look forward to returning to the region and seeing you again before too long.
Hi, it's N3W here. Hi, beautiful people, and warm Pacific greetings to you all. You're probably wondering why I've lost my voice, but I've been screaming with such excitement because I'm a part of this amazing digital concert. It's called Pacific Unite. That's right. I'm excited because we're going to be connected with some of our most famous and most entertaining Pacific people, like Tevaka, Justin Wellington, Justin Timberlake, or maybe not Justin Timberlake, but a whole lot more. And we will also hear some amazing messages from some of our key Pacific leaders from the United Nations, World Health Organization, also head of states, prime ministers, and they just all got some key things for us to listen to. But it's a great way for us to come together, enjoy the entertainment, but also to connect and to come together to save lives, because it's very important. All of us have been affected by this COVID-19 in so many different ways, and I can't wait for the borders to open so I can visit my Papsato and Savai Samoa to get my full body tan, but after I shave my back. So anyway, enjoy the concert, get your whole family, sit back, relax, and enjoy Pacific Unite.